Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Monkey, aka Ryan, and we are back with another Mxnkey Monday video. I hope that everybody watching this or listening along, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a jolly old time, a great freaking day, living life, following your goals, getting everything that you want, because that's all we can do. Keep your head down, stay grinding. Let's get into the video, peeps. Now, today's story time takes me back quite a while, when I was living in Delaware, so about 3 to 4 years ago. And excuse me if I sound just absolutely winded. I just got done running like a mile and a half, and I was like, I need to record, so that's why I sound like I'm out of breath and gasping for air. Somebody bring me an oxygen tank. But today's story time is about a time I gave a young feller his first dab. I worked with this gentleman at Red Robin. That place is now closed, this store that I was working at. And we'll get right into it. I ended up hitting up the dude, and he was like, I think he came over to give me a haircut. Or it was either we just wanted to smoke or I needed a haircut, and he did a really great haircut. So I was like, fuck yeah, man. I was like, chop me up. So he gave me the cut. That's what it was. Yeah. I remember because I just remember we went to work the next day. That's what it was. It's all coming back to me. So I hit him up to hang out, and then he's like, yo, I want to cut your hair. I was like, okay, cool. So he cut my hair. He gave me a nice little fade, and then he's like, oh, my boy, could you run me over to my boy? He's over here at this liquor store. And I was like, yeah, I'm down. I was like, I need to go grab some wax first. He's like, I need to grab some what? I was like, I need to grab some wax, some dabs. He's like, I don't know what that is. So I gave him the rundown of what wax and concentrate is. I was like, oh, you just take the flour and you press it between two heated plates with a certain type of paper, and you get this like honey sap looking liquid that leaks out of the bud, and that's the wax, and you smoke the wax. So I went to the plug's house right quick and picked up like 2 grams of wax, a gram of shatter and a gram of butter. And oh boy, we go it gets mental from there. So we drove into this little parking lot to meet his friend. Like 20 minutes went by, and we parked in the back of this little parking spot. He went into the liquor store and got him something to drink. I got something to drink, and we just kind of kicked it there outside the shop, by like in the back behind like these dumpsters, so that way we weren't parked in the front of the lot, because my car didn't really have like tinted windows. At least not the front. The backs were tinted on the car, the fronts weren't. So we ran around back and parked. He opened up his can of booze, I opened up mine. Homie pulled up, and we're sitting there chit-chatting, and the other dude's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I look scared. I don't want to dab. So I pull out my nectar collector. You know, if you don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't, Google it. I pulled out the jolly old nectar collector, and I was like, look, this is what you do. I pretended to heat the torch. I had a big-ass blowtorch. I was like, I'm going to blow this torch up. It's going to be really hot. I'm going to heat the end of this nail. I was like, and then you're going to just put this red piece, not when it's red, but you're going to put it inside the wax container. When it cools down, I'll tell you when, and you're just going to suck like you're on a straw. Like, I was like, you're just going to inhale. Does that make sense? So I gave it to him, and I was like, inhale. So he did his little thing. I was like, yep. It's like, now you're going to be either doing that off this little spoon that I'm going to scoop it onto, or you're going to be doing it out of the container. He's like, man, Ryan, I don't know about this, monk. He's like, I don't know about this, monkey. I don't know, man. This seems a little sketchy. I was like, dude, we do this all the time in Denver. Like, my homies, we do this shit all the freaking time down there. It's a jolly all the time. You get zooted, my boy. So I took mine. I took a small one. I'm blowing the torch. Got that nail red hot. Took a little dab. Inhaled and about coughed up a lung. That's what scared him away. I just did like a really small one. And then for him, I heated up that torch, and I was like facing it away from him. I didn't hear my car door open. I didn't hear him run off. I didn't even hear him leave. I didn't hear, oh shit, I didn't hear anything. But I got him a scoop ready. This like it was like the size of like a little bead, like a itty tiny bit, really small dab. And I turned away from him, heating it up. And when I turned back, yo, I shit you not, my man's ran out the car. He opened the door, and halfway he's like, "Fuck that, bro." He's like, "Fuck that." I was like, "Yo, we're gonna give him a name. We're gonna say Andrew. We'll give him an alias. We're gonna give him a name, Andrew, for this story." I was like, "Andrew." I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Man, I ain't doing all that." It's like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "It'd be a hell of a lot easier just to smoke a blunt." I was like, "Nah, man." I was like, "We don't do that where I'm from." I was like, "Blunts are nasty." I was like, "Get over here." He's like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" He's like, "You almost lit me on fire." I was like, definitely not. I was like, why'd you run? He's like, "Man, I thought you were going to set the car on fire. I thought you were going to set me on fire, bro." I was like, "No." What the fuck? Like, no, definitely not. I was like, "Look, I'll do it a little bit, I'll do the flame a little bit lower." I was like, "Come in the car." This man is a grown-ass man, and he's like fucking scared to get back into the car because there's a big-ass torch in the way, blowing up a little metal nail to take a dab. He's like, "Man, I don't know if I like that." I was like, "Dude, just trust me, you're fine." I was like, "Trust me." So I got him over, and he kind of stood outside the car, holding on to the door, kind of shimmying away, drinking whatever alcoholic beverage he had. And I was like, "Dude, come, it's about to I'm gonna hand it to you." So I heated it up. I handed him the nectar collector, excuse me. I handed him the nectar. I gave him the little spoon that I scooped the wax on. And he took a little dab after I fucking reeled him in. After I reeled him in from the parking lot, obviously. He finally came back and took his dab. And oh my gosh. I thought I greened out my guy here, my guy Andrew. I thought I greened Andrew out. I was really worried. Because he had just chugged like half of whatever beverage. I think he had like a big ass beer. And he just chugged the rest of it, and then he kind of walked back over. Like I said, he was swinging on my car door, about to fucking peel off again. He took the dab, and he just kind of he took it, and he started to get into the car to cough and lay down, but then he just kind of folded. You know, when you get that stomach cramp, and you kind of just squat, and you're kind of holding your stomach. And that's what my boy Andrew did, and he just kind of stayed there for a solid 5 minutes, just coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. And I kept asking him how he was doing. He just kind of kept, at first he kept doing the shooing me off. And then he gave me the middle finger at one point. And then I reached into my back seat and I cracked open a bottle of water. Because if you're a stoner, you always got to keep water in your car, right? So I opened up a jug of water. I handed it to him, and he started kind of drinking, and he fucking spit that up, too. I was like, "Dude, are you good?" I was like, "You've never had a dab ever in your life." Excuse me, that was my bad. He was like, "You've never had a dab ever in your life?" He's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "I always just do cones." He's like, "It's mainly blunts." He's like, "I've never done that before." He's like, "That is really potent." And he stood up and looked at me. My man's looked like a freaking alien. My man's looked like an alien. His eyes were bloodshot red. He was crying. He was crying. I drew tears from this man's eyes. He was crying after that dab. He got in the car and just kind of laid my seat back. He's like, "Bro, I think I need a nap. I think you might need to take me back to my apartment." And I don't remember what the hell him and his homie were talking about. Totally forgot to mention that. But his homie pulled up, and they just kind of needed to exchange some things. So they did that. His homie peeled off because he was hanging out with this girl. And me and Andrew were left there. And after that, I just left. I left that lot. Well, Andrew wanted to go in and get another beer. So he went and got another beer. And then I drove Andrew home. And he's like, "You know what?" He's like, "You know what, Monkey?" He's like, "I kind of like that. Can I get another little hit?" I was like, "You want another dab?" He called it a DAP, D-A-P. He's like, "I want another DAP." I was like, "You mean dab, D-A-B? Delta Alpha Bravo, not Delta Alpha fucking P." Okay. Oh, excuse the wind. And I had him up right there. Heated him up right there, excuse me. Gave him another little dab. I told him to take a small dab. My man's just dunked it. He just full on dunked it into that wax container, gave himself a nice big old glob, and did the same thing. Folded himself outside my car door and just fucking stayed there. And then eventually he got up, dabbed me up, and said, all right, little homie, I'll see you at work tomorrow. And I heard this man coughing all the way up the fucking stairs. Hey, but that's it for the video. That's the time I gave the homie his first dab, and he didn't really like it. I'll see you folks in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Peace.